I think it's more important today than ever to have an intentional interior life, because I think the challenges today are great with all the screens. Oh my gosh, all the little screens and big screens, and sit in a room with a huge screen and here's a screen in your pocket, and it's everywhere, and all the distractions are everywhere, and we kind of live outside of ourselves, out there. And when we do that, I think we're living on the surface of life. You know, we're just kind of bouncing around, and from one thing to another, to another, to another, and the ability to hold a focus is more and more of a challenge. And so I think we have to decide, what kind of life do I want to lead? What kind of person do I want to be? What kind of what do I want to bring forth into the world? Deep listening is when we have given another our full attention. And I think it's kind of rare these days, right? We are so distracted with everything, and one of the things I've learned in my work life everywhere, not only here, but everywhere, is that people don't listen, people don't read very much or very well. It's like bing, 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 one thing after another. No, listen. So deep listening, someone once said that deep listening is so close to being loved that most people can't tell the difference. So when you listen deeply, you are fully present to the other person without interrupting them, letting their thoughts, just receiving them and listening and giving them your full attention is so precious. It is the greatest gift we can give another human being, is to be fully present to them and listen to them without adding our own thoughts. To make a decision and think about, what do I want to do and how do I want to be, means that we have to pay attention. You have to pay attention and create that life for yourself. Because without paying attention, we will constantly bounce from one thing to another and not be anchored in anything, not have the depth of character to create the best that we can bring forth into the world. So when we have an intentional interior life, we're saying, I am honoring myself. I am honoring the dignity of my life. I am paying attention to this gift of life that I hold and develop to bring forth. So an intentional interior life, I think, is crucial for joy, for happiness, for how to find our way in all of the challenges and the pain and suffering as well for life. I think what's really important is to make time for stillness. It's the opposite of the bouncing and distraction. And stillness, I think, is the cornerstone of an interior life, to be able to find and make the space for stillness. We have to choose it, I think. And that can mean many different kinds of things. We can learn and practice, and every day, as I practice every day, to sit in stillness with no distractions. So you could do that for 5 minutes, you could do it for 20 minutes. I do a practice for 20 minutes every morning of just simply sitting in stillness. And by doing that, the first thing that happens is you become aware of what you're thinking, because, right, we never stop thinking. And when that happens, you go, oh, yeah, I'm thinking, oh, okay, let that go. The thoughts are always there. It's okay, just let it go. And it's a return to stillness. When you notice a thought, oh, return. And that constant returning makes us stronger to be able to choose stillness. And the more we do that, the more space we have. It's kind of like there's more space in my head. There's more silence. There aren't 1,000 thoughts all the time. So making an intentional practice of being in stillness and cultivating that, whether you begin with a few minutes or 20 minutes every day, is important. But we can sneak it in, you know. We can sneak that in by doing things like, if you have a cell phone, is to turn off the notifications. Don't let it ping you every second, you know, which takes our attention all these places. With social media, you want to be on social media, great, decide. I'm going to spend 15 minutes on social media, and then I'm going to go off. You know, I have a friend who puts a cell phone in her pocket and just takes a walk around the block and refuses to take it out of her pocket. So it's finding those little ways in which we can slow down. If we don't slow down, we'll never find a way to rest in stillness. And for me, that's a big part of it. So returning to the present and returning to becoming awake to the present moment is key, I think. What is happening right in front of you right now is where you're living. Ultimately, what I love is the source of love itself. That one of the things that I sit with every day when I sit in my stillness, it's a sense of contemplating this mystery. And I feel and sense that as a source of love. And so when I sit, my intention is always just to be with that love and allow myself to receive that love and to love in return. I don't know what that means exactly, but I feel it. And I practice that every day. And I find that the more I sit with that intention of receiving and giving love, the more I grow, the more depth I feel within myself, and hopefully the softer, kinder heart I become. Sometimes I feel like I don't know who I am anymore compared to who I thought I was. And yet I feel myself with I am in a bigger way, in a more expansive way. So there's a lot of letting go and being filled with a sense of trust in that. That's a really important aspect of what happens. I'm detaching from myself. I'm detaching from having this identity that's specific. I'm detaching from the need to control what I can, and trusting that I am flowing with this source. I am detaching from judgment of others, of myself. I feel it's a constant emptying, kind of a constant self-emptying and just letting go, letting go, letting go. Again, trying to make something happen is an ego thing, right? So letting go of that ego is, I'm going to trust that the more I do this, the more I let go, the more the self lets go. So it's within that context of relationship. And that's all I know so far. What I've learned so far is that for me, it is not a matter of effort and trying. I'm going to let go of myself, you know. It's quite the opposite. And the scary part is to be able to, is to just do the work of sitting and trusting that love that is there, that I feel this, that I'm sitting with, and the letting go. Because the more I try to strive to do something, I cannot have an agenda. In those moments, there is no agenda other than the love. And I have found that it is that love that transforms. It is that love that I am receiving that transforms my heart, that transforms who I am, who wants to try to make things happen. And even if I'm going to make myself let go, you know, the love itself transforms and softens me and allows me to let go in a very gentle way, in a way that I can handle.